Hi guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we will cover how to do a fundamental analysis of a company within 10 minutes. A fundamental analysis usually gives an idea of the growth prospects, the management, the fraud, if there is any fraud or wrongdoings in the company. So it's a very important part. Generally it's a long process, but over the experience that I have had in the stock market for the past 6 years, I have devised a methodology which helps me do a quick screening of stocks within 10 minutes and do a fundamental analysis like within 10 minutes. So let's get started with our video. Now I will, for this particular example, I'll take Asian Paints to do an fundamental analysis because the company you must have heard it's fundamentally very strong. Company. Now, generally, fundamental analysis consists of balance sheet, profit and loss, and cash flow statement analysis of this. But for my analysis, I only do an analysis of cash flow. So let's get started with it. Now, before that, if you want to read, don't have any idea about the company, and if you want to read up on it, you can just do quick check, quick read on over here. We mention key points and highlights of that particular company, and also like I am choosing screener for this activity, but you can, this information is available on multiple websites like Morningstar and Ticketek and other things, but I find screener very helpful because everything is there in one place. So let's get started with it. So we can directly jump onto the cash flow. Now, there are three parts in a cash flow, which is operating activity, investing activity, and financing activity. And let's get it step by step. So we'll first start with the operating activity. The first point you should notice in operating activity is that it has to be growing over the years. Now, in Asian Paints, you can see like in 2010, it was making 1000 crores. In 2016, it was making 2000 crores, and now it's making 3000 crores. So over the decade, it has grown threefolds. So which is a good sign. So this is the first sign we should see. And the second sign, usually you should see, and in order to understand what is cash flow is, it generally means, I'll basically give an hypothetical example for this. Let's say you have a hypothetical business wherein you go to a supermarket, buy one dozen mango for 100 rupees, come back to your home and sell that one dozen mangoes to your neighbor for 200 rupees. So in this transaction, you must have heard on paper you see a 100 rupees profit. Uh, and that's what, like profit after tax. So if you see profit after tax, just imagine this is 100 rupees, and but the expense, like for going to the supermarket, you must have booked a cab for like 120 rupees. So it basically on paper you see a profit, but actually you must have incurred a loss of 20 rupees. So here you will see minus 20 rupees. So generally, like the comparison you should always make is whether the cash flow from operating activities is greater than the net flow, which is again the profit after tax. So over the subsequent years, you should always see that the cash flow from the operating activities is always greater than the cash flow from is always greater than the profit after tax for that particular year. In 1 or 2 years, you can see a drop, but like if you take a comparison of 10 years, 8 years out, 2 years, we can see like it's less than the PAT, but for 8 years it has to be greater than the PAT. So it's again a good sign. And you see in Asian Paints, you always see that the cash flow from operating is greater than the PAT, which means that the company is able to generate cash, and not only on paper but also in business they are able to generate cash. So let's move on to the next part, which is the cash flow from investing activities. Now, investing activities is generally negative because it's generally flow of money outside the company. Cash flow is generally understood as the inflow and outflow of money. In operating activity, it's positive because the money is coming into the company, and in investing activity, it's negative because the money is going out of the company. Now, to understand cash flow from investing activities, we consider 2 points important here. Let's assume again, consider our hypothetical business, and I'm earning 100 rupees from my business. Uh, Now, in order to grow that business, I need to invest back that money into the business so that in next year I am earning more than what I'm earning in current year. So what I mean by that is, suppose I'm earning 100 rupees, I invest back 30 rupees into the business so that the next year I'm earning 200 rupees. So you see how important the investment back into the company is important. Now the investment can be of any type. Like I'm acquiring a business, or I'm building up a new factory. I'm purchasing a land to grow my business. So in this particular Asian Paints case, you can see the as fixed asset purchase is sort of an investment that the company is doing to grow their business. So you can see that let's say thousand rupees, thousand crores is the they are earning in cash. Out of that, 400, which is a very huge amount, they are investing back into the business. And over the year, as they are generating more and more cash, they are investing more and more into the business, so that the futuristically also the company is kept on growing. So which is again a very good sign. The next thing, again you can see the acquisitions of companies. You can see they have in 2018 they have acquired a company, and you can see a negative cash flow over here, which means that they have acquired a company, and you can see in subsequent years you see the growth in the company. So it's very important that if you are earning 100 rupees, you invest 30 rupees back into the business and make it grow. So this is the first point we learn from investing activities. The second point is the investments purchase and investments sold. So what does this mean that so let's again consider the example, 100 rupees I am earning, 30 rupees I am investing back into the business, and 15 rupees I am investing in like FDs and mutual funds and in the market. Uh, so which is also a very good sign, because I'm not keeping the money idle in the bank. I'm investing it and making this an alternate source of revenue from FDs and mutual funds. So, but it shouldn't happen that you basically invest 30 rupees into the business and you invest rest 70 all together in the stock market and FDs and other things. Basically, the investment in the stock market and other things shouldn't be higher than investment into your business, which will mean a negative sign. So let's say a company which is earning 100 rupees is investing all their earnings in the stock market and other things, and making zero investments back into the company for the company's growth. It's a very bad sign for that company. So again, you can get an idea about all these things from the cash flow from investing activities. So it's pretty simple to read and simple to understand. Consider that you are running your own business, so you'll get a very good clarity also. So going to the next point, which is cash flow from financing activities. Now there are three important things from here. The first thing is the dividend paid by the company. Now again consider our example that 100 rupees I am earning, 30 rupees I am investing back into the company, 15 rupees I am investing in the stock markets and mutual funds. Now I also have to take care of the shareholders. That is a sign of a good management. So 10 rupees I am giving back to the shareholders, and it should as I'm earning more and more, I should pay back the shareholders more and more. So over the years, you can see the growth has been there in the dividend pay to the shareholders by Asian Paints. So it's a very good sign that the man. It basically tells me that it's a good management. The next thing is process from borrowing and repayment of borrowing. It tells me how much debt I am borrowing, how much money I am borrowing as a loan from banks and other things. So this should obviously be less. It shouldn't be the case that you're continuously borrowing your money from banks, even though you're paying dividends, but you're continuously borrowing your money from banks, and then at the end you will go bankrupt and you won't be able to pay back the money also. So this is a very bad scenario, and you can see in Asian Paints case they are and it's positive because the money is coming into the business. So you can see they are not borrowing that much also, and there's one time borrowing and they also repay back immediately. So it's like a short term debt, you can see. So this is again a very good sign that the borrowings has been quite less in terms of Asian Paints. And the next thing is buyback of the particular shares. So the promoters, if they recognize that the company is growing good, and they buy back their own share from the market, so the promoter holdings increases. So that also you can see it's not present in Asian Paints case, but in other companies who buy back, their record will be there in the financing activities itself. So in this case, the promoters are not buybacking their share, not buying back their own shares from the market, and you can see that from shareholding patterns also, the promoter holding has been constant throughout the years, and they have not bought their own share back. So which is sort of a negative sign, but it's okay. So these are the 3 points which we can derive from the cash flow from financing activities. And the next is the free cash flow, which is the how much cash in general business is run to generate cash. How much cash you are having at the end of the year. So normally it should be positive. Like you can see. It continuously remains positive. Sometimes it goes into negative. It's actually not a bad sign if it's negative, but like majority part, it should be positive. Like at the end of the year, you should always have some cash which is higher than the previous year's cash. So, so as we see that we have done a very quick overview of the cash flow, and this have given us a good idea why Asian Paints is a good fundamentally strong company. Also you can do some quick again this was a important part. You can again glance through the numbers like shareholding pattern. As I mentioned, promoter holdings should increase. FII's holdings should kept on increasing over the years. We can see over here that FII's holding has been increasing. Then we can also do quick checks on the uh, ratios. Like these ratios are many people focus too much on this ratio, but I consider this at a very end state. Like after cash flow analysis is done, then I come to this ratios. Now in ratios also there are certain things which are important. Like if you look at the industry PE, it's 98, and Asian Paints PE is around 84. So there is still scope of growth in Asian Paint stock, which I recognize from here. Then we can see sales growth has been positive and it's like above 5%. Generally, it should be about 10% over the 5 years, but 8% is also good. Profit growth is 12.5%, which is above 10%, which is good. I ratio is like a derived ratio which I have made over here, which tells me how much investment, how much of the earning I'm spending on investment. I'm basically investing back into the business. So I get that 33%, whatever they are earning, they are investing back into the company. So which is a good sign. One negative sign over here we can see is the pledge percentage of the holding. So Asian Paints has 9% of their shareholding as pledged shares. So it's a bad sign. uh, Dividend growth is very good. We can see 1.5%, which is basically over the years we see a growth in dividend, which is a good sign. Then the CFO by PAT is that ratio that I talked about, wherein the cash flow from operating activities has to be greater than PAT in all years. So here we see that always the cash flow from operating activities is greater than the profit. So not only on paper the profit is growing, but also in terms of cash, the company or the business is able to generate cash, hard cash, which is a very good sign. So overall, we get an idea why Asian Paints is such a fundamentally strong company, because you see a growth wise also it's good. We don't see any sign of fraud in the company, and also management wise it's a good company because they also take care of their shareholders. So that's it. I think these were the few key points that I always look when I do a fundamental analysis. And if you can see, like within 10 minutes you can do a fundamental analysis of any company. So whenever generally you get a stock tip or from this WhatsApp group, or the shareholders group that you might have, or you get any recommendations for shares, you can do a quick analysis yourself onto if the fundamentally the company is strong. You can also read up about it. So this screener website allows you to do everything at one place. Also, just like you spend 10 minutes on fundamental analysis, you can spend 10 minutes on technical analysis as well. So like within 20 minutes you will be done with your research, and then you can decide yourself if you want to invest in that particular company or not. So that's it from this video. In the next video I will give you 10 minutes of technical analysis, so that you can combine both this video and be a better investor in the stock market and earn better returns. So thanks for watching this video. If you have specific doubts, you can write in the comment section. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do that. Thanks for watching. Bye.